he conversed with me. He said, "Your name's Eric, right?" I go, "Yes." And he told me, "Well, God has plans for you, and God wants you to preach." And then he turned around. I went right behind him, disappeared.
And you've never done any drugs before?
One angel destroyed 185,000 Assyrians, and they're just not people; they're soldiers,
Warriors. Yeah.
warriors.
Well, how do you kill something that you can't physically fight?
Ooh, like that.
So we just recently watched the new Planet Apes movie, and it was really good.
Yeah.
I just want to kind of touch on it because it's a lot of interesting.
It is a really good movie.
Out of 5 stars, what do you rate?
Let's do 10 stars.
10
stars.
10 stars?
Yeah.
7, 8. I'll go with you guys. You did 6, 8.
I did
You did
5,
5, 8. I'll give it a 7, 8, and that's pretty good.
3, 8.
Darn good. Yeah. 3, 8.
Okay.
3, 8.
There was an angel that killed 185,000 soldiers, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the heck is that? Angel
So
slaughtered 185,000 people.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Can you elaborate?
First
Yeah.
of all, that's just
Go into it.
crazy in itself. I don't know. Just picture that. And how did that happen?
It's not this how did it happen, because we know that that angelic beings have different types of abilities and stuff. So just imagine the one angel, and if we could have like a video camera of the past.
Yeah.
If you could have a TV and look into the past, what would you see? What would the angel look like? Okay, and what type of battle? What type of did the angel have a sword? I think he did, right?
I think he did.
But how can one angel? What was it? 100 and what?
85, 100,000, 185, somewhere around there.
185,000 soldiers.
Bring it up, Eric.
That's a lot of soldiers.
Not only that,
one angel.
How did it look?
Yeah.
Did it look? Was it physical? Did they see it happening, or was it spiritual and they couldn't see it?
I like to believe it is invisible,
I like to believe it was both.
right? Like you just can't see anything. It was dark, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Oh no, it doesn't say.
Okay. Can you
Can we pull
Explain-
the scripture? Pull up the scripture. Eric.
can you explain the why though?
Eric, read
Because
it.
this is new to me.
Yeah.
I haven't even.
Let's
heard
go
about
into.
this.
Go ahead and read it.
Okay, so
Because
right here,
it's-
this is the New International Version.
No, change it to King James.
King James.
We're a
Well,
King James podcast guy.
King James.
Well, actually, I like the
New King
the
James,
ESV.
NIV.
I like the easy to read version.
NIV's
Easy to read version.
not good.
Everyone reads NIV. man.
No, NIV. There's verses that in the New Testament
Actually,
that they took
the
out.
English Standard is actually
Yes,
That's good.
Yeah,
English Standard.
ESV is a good one. Just go for it.
Okay, so and the night the angel of the Lord went out and struck down 185,000 in the camp of the Assyrians, and when people arose early in the morning, behold, these were all dead bodies.
What verse is that again?
Eric, go to the
2
chapter.
Kings 19:35.
Go to
So
the chapter. Go to the verse before that. We'll read after that too.
Okay, well, I gotta bring out the Bible.
There's two things there though.
Yeah.
It says in the night, so it was at night. And second, there was 185,000.
185,000 Assyrians
185,000.
in one night. I mean, it's like think
I wanna
about
know how-
185,000 Assyrians
I want to know how long
How-
it took.
That's a lot of.
people. That's
Dead
like what is that? Like is that like 4 stadiums?
Yeah.
Because was it
Two and a
Safeco?
Two and a half.
Is it
T-Mobile
was it-
Park.
Yeah, T-Mobile Park. Was it? What is that? About 65,000, 70,000?
Think about 2.5 CenturyLink fields full of
Yeah,
people.
because CenturyLink is
One angel
CenturyLink is 95,000, I think.
destroyed 185,000 Assyrians, and they're just not people; they're soldiers,
Warriors, yeah.
warriors.
How do you kill something that you can't physically fight?
Ooh, I like that.
You
I like
can't-
that.
They can't really attack back because there's nothing to attack,
Well,
right?
So
Or, I mean, there's something to attack, but
there's something. Yeah, exactly. There's something to attack, but
they can't.
how were they supposed to win? Something that is not even from their reality. It's not even. It's an angel that's not even in their realm, in their physical world. This is a being that that could transfer itself and transform itself from the spiritual to the physical, or perhaps both at the same time and defeated them in the spiritual. I don't know. And the thing is what type of battle? How did it even look like?
I like to believe there was no swords or anything involved. Maybe he just, in the blink of an eye or something specific, he just.
Yeah, because does it mention that they had a sword or anything, Eric? For I will defend the city. It says, for I will defend this city to save it for my own sake and for the sake of my servant David. And that night, the angel of the Lord, which we need to pause on that a little bit because the angel of the Lord is no angel, by the way. The angel of the Lord is the pre-incarnate Christ. So the angel of the Lord went out and struck down 185,000
in the camp of Assyrians.
In the camp of the Syrians. So it's okay. Here we need to backtrack. Here we need one step back here. Okay, because I completely forgot about this. It's the angel of the Lord. It's not Michael. And we know it's not Gabriel. Gabriel's a messenger.
Yeah.
Michael, the angel Michael. He is the defender of Israel. He's the angel that defends Israel. Yeah. He's a warrior. He's like the main general, right? Yeah,
he's bad.
But here is the angel of the Lord, and there's other passages that references the angel of the Lord.
Jacob wrestling the angel of the Lord.
Yes, you're right.
There's other ones.
Yeah, well, Jacob, right, wrestles against the angel of the Lord, and that angel blesses
Jacob. Yeah,
angels don't bless. Only the angel of the Lord, and we see also. The Lord of hosts was another angel, but which is where Joshua, he actually worshipped that angel, and you can't worship an angel. You can only worship God. The angel of the Lord, in many references, even in the times of Moses, in the burning bush, we see God talking, but also the angel of the Lord was in the bush also talking.
Yeah.
So in this aspect, in this biblical passage, it's not an angel. It's not just a normal angel Lord like Michael. It's actually it's the angel of the Lord, which is who? It's God himself. It's God himself. It's the pre-incarnate Christ. Do you guys know what that means?
Yeah.
The pre-incarnate. It's a God that he morphed himself into a physical being, perhaps on earth, to fight 185,000 Assyrians.
Yeah.
What could that physical being be? Like human form or whatever? Because I know.
It could have taken human form.
It could have taken. We don't know, but that's something. I know. Just if we would have a video camera, a recording of that scene, what would it look like? It would
have been cool to see what, like Evan said, like it just happened in the blink of an eye.
Yeah.
Like you just blink and they're all dead.
Yeah.
But I don't think. I feel like that's just anticlimactic.
Yeah, I think there's more battle to it, right?
But it's also like that was so insanely quick and insanely powerful that he just did it that fast.
I don't think the angel of the Lord went down with the sword and
chopped up
everybody. 185,000 people just.
I know.
But I don't think it happened like this, like a snap.
That'd be cool.
I mean,
that'd be cool though.
Yeah.
If it did happen there.
You know, be cool. Isn't there a movie? Who's there a movie about? There was a movie this a couple years ago about Samson. You know, and he's just fighting with that jawbone of an ox, and just boom, 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 and soldiers flying here and there, and then they gang up on him like a big old dog pile, right? And he just goes up and boom, right?
Yeah.
You know, and soldiers are actually flying off of him. Or isn't there like a Star Wars scene where there's a Mace Windu, he goes down, and he does a force push, and all those robots just go off the side, right?
Yeah,
something like that. So I don't know. You might see the angel Lord. Now, did he come down on a horse, right?
No.
Or a sword of fire? What do you guys think?
I mean, who knows? Because I mean, when God has made himself present to anybody, it's usually been like normally it's like in a specific like grand way. So who's to say that he didn't come down? Like,
or how about this take? How about this take? Ready for this? What if he didn't have to use his sword, or actually, be on the offensive side of things? But what if he just showed his glory, and that made everyone kind of, because they were so evil that they couldn't handle it, and they they died because
or just by his word.
by his words. It could have been, I don't know.
It doesn't say how he defeated him. It's just that at night they were all dead.
They're all dead.
If that's the case, then he could have taken different forms to see different people. Because Jacob didn't die when he saw him. Jacob wrestled him.
Yeah.
Jacob was also more righteous than these Assyrians.
Yeah. So he could have taken different forms for different occasions. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or didn't want to fight Jacob. You know, he probably limited himself so much in just wrestling. And he wrestled, but the angel's like, you know, okay, man, all right, man. I'll give you a chance. Come in, let go of my leg. Let go of my leg, you know? Yeah. You know, I don't want to do anything. I don't want to hurt you, which at the very end he did hurt him. He actually hit his hip.
Poked his his hip or rib. Yeah, hip.
But yeah, there's you know, and I've always thought about this. It's like, you know, what would, you know, the angel Lord, you know, appearing, you know, in a battle or appearing in the clouds? How would, you know? So it's the reason why I'm saying is like, how do he? What would he look like?
The angel of the Lord?
Yeah. Would he dress up like the attire of that time period? So I have always wondered is like, I honestly think when angels appear, they appear to and dress to the time period where they're at.
Yeah.
You know, it has to be, you know. So if Jesus would appear right, let's just back off. You know, if the angel Gabriel would appear right now, would he be wearing a robe?
I think he would.
Why?
Because that's how I would like to picture him.
That's holy. It's just like
But do you think it works like that, Aiden?
I don't know.
I don't think it
works.
What
do you think? He's going to be wearing sweats and a shirt or what?
I don't think he's going to wear jeans or shorts.
Well, let's put it this way. We've heard stories of people that have had encounters. You can't say for sure it was an angel or it was anything spiritual, but something has appeared to people, whether it's in their dreams or in real life, and they see them and they can describe them. It could be like the attire of what's modern or something like back in the day.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, Paul talks about this, is that he says that be kind to people, be kind and generous to people, because at times you could be entertaining or conversing with an angel, right? So if we're here now and if the angel Gabriel appears, walks and knocks on our door, and he's just dressed up like he'll dress up as a normal attire,
a random
person, but it's Gabriel.
That's not his true form.
No, it's not. It's not his true form.
If you were to see the angel Gabriel in his true form, I don't think he'd be wearing jeans. He'd be wearing.
We don't know
nice garment.
Well, we don't know what they actually wear as.
Here's this.
The angelic. It's like an angelic garments. We don't know.
Some form of clothing.
Here's two different ways to look at it.
Do they have a body physical form? They're spiritual.
I would like to think they could have a body
spiritual.
Form. Spiritual. Form.
Here's two different ways I'd like to look at it. Is one, if I want to know that it's an angel, then appear yourself as an angel and look like an angel.
You'll know
in robes and stuff. But listen, but if it was like you said, someone on the street,
that could
I would
happen
want
too.
them to look like
that
someone on the street. You get what I mean? So
yeah,
it could be both ways. But if I wanted them to look like an angel, if I want to know that you're an angel, then show yourself as an angel.
Appear the way that you would imagine them to be.
Yeah.
Well, I think if a angel transforms himself into a human likeness, into the time period that now, not our days, he'll dress up like normal, like our days. So it's nothing like spectacular, but the way the conversation goes and how they speak to you and what they're revealing to you, and you'll end up knowing this is something out of this world.
Okay, well, let's talk about.
It's a little different.
Talk about your experience with when that happened to you.
Yeah, I could talk about that. You want?
That's what I was kind of hinting at earlier.
Yeah, a little strange going on.
Go ahead.
You want to talk? This is something that happened. I know it happened to me because I know. Well, I could go. You guys ready?
Yeah.
You're gonna blow your minds off here.
All right.
Ready? Long time ago, I was at work, and I was working at they're here in Toppenish, right? And at Les Schwab. Now I think I was like 20 years old. I was 19, 20 years old. It was like about a year after I graduated. I got the job there at Les Schwab. something like that. But anyways, while I was busting a tire, putting new tires on, on the machine, right, on the rim, I had a man. I vividly saw a man just come from the door, from the outside, normally, like the outside. When that man went inside the door, and this door was open to outside, right? Comes inside the doorway. And once he got close to me, the surrounding area between the man and myself, it's like I was like in a bubble, but it wasn't, you can't see the bubble, right? Yeah. But everything around me, right? Me and him, it was like if I was talking to you and he was talking to me. But behind you and behind me and everything around me, it was like kind of foggy, but I could still see what was happening outside, but everything was slow motion. Like it was like looking through a glass, but everything was like slow motion, going very slow. But inside, but my conversation with that person, with that angelic being, was an angel. It was just like you and I talking. Yeah. And this lasted about 10, 15 seconds. And then what was so strange is that when he left the room, and out the same doorway, I went right behind him. And goes, see what's going on. So he went outside, and I was right behind him, maybe like 2 seconds right, behind him. While he turned away, we went outside and out the doorway. I went the same way. He was gone. Disappeared.
Okay, but what did he tell you?
He told me, he conversed with me. He said, "Your name's Eric, right?" I go, "Yes." And he told me, "Well, God has plans for you, and God wants you to preach." I go, "Really?" "Yeah." And I forgot something. I said something back to him. "Yeah." And then he turned around. I went right behind him, disappeared. And he was clothed in regular clothing. He was a man, I think about in the 50s, 60 years old. Mm. And here's the weird part. I don't remember like a lot of facial expressions, or if he had brown eyes, blue eyes, yellow hair, brown hair. I don't remember. But I do remember it was a man, somewhat in the 50s, 60 years old, regular jeans and a shirt, and just came in and talked to me. While everything around me and behind him was in slow motion. It's like when he walked close to me, I was in a whole different dimension. I was caught in between where it was a physical and a spiritual, inside, in between. Like I was in a crossway of two dimensions. It's very strange because it was powerful in a way where I was there with him. I didn't feel like goosebumps or anything like that. No, but it wasn't our earthly reality but I could see it. I could see outside of this haze, the world around me, outside of Les Schwab, the people walking slowly in the cars. I could see that, but it was like slow, right? But where I was at, when he was conversing with me, it was just normal. So it was like somewhere when he appeared, his dimension came towards where I was at. Yeah. And it's like I was inside this protective bubble where his dimension was sometimes caught between two realities. Where I could see I'm talking to an angelic being in his world where he exists, or he came down, he's where, I don't know what it was, but I could see outside, I could see also into the physical world, where earth, where I'm supposed to be at. But I was also into a realm where he was at. It's like it opened a door, a portal, where I was in a doorway conversing.
And you've never done any drugs before?
No.
And
I wasn't dreaming. No, I wasn't high on caffeine. Nothing like that. No.
I have a question. So,
no.
Before then, did you have plans of wanting to preach?
Yes. Ever since I was a little kid. Yes. Always had something in my heart that was pushing and tugging. pushing and tugging. It's so strange. It's pushing and tugging, and then there's just I couldn't get away from it, even if I didn't want to. It was something's always tugging and pushing and pulling, Yeah. When I would hear certain preachers and preaching, sometimes there's something inside me. It's just
it's weird to say because I feel the same way. Yeah. I have that same feeling. That's whenever I have that same feeling, that tug or it's like the Holy Spirit is. I don't know. It's like you're meant to do it.
Let me tell you something, and it's something that, and I don't want this from nobody, but it's something that it's inside you, and even if you distance yourself from the Lord, your relationship, and you go away and you distance yourself up, you're always gonna have it in you, and it's always gonna be calling you, or you hear someone or something, you're like.
Yeah,
it's there still, but you distance yourself. You don't want it, but still there. You could be far away from God, but something inside you is tugging you. You know that you have a calling or a gift that something inside you is like.
I think that goes for everyone too. I think everyone has that calling that they know. That conviction of the Holy Spirit they know they should be doing, and it tugs on you every once in a while.
Not to get off the subject on this, but going back to what we're talking about. We're talking about angels, the way they appear. I firmly believe they would appear to the attire of that time period. Yeah. Of that time period. Because it would be very strange. You say, okay, no, a man came and is an angel, but he was wearing a robe, like back in the days of Jesus. It'd be strange. What's this? Right? On a horse? We don't use horses. We use cars. I'll give you another example. My mom, my mother had an accident about 5 years ago. Right? She fell down. She was over in Mexico. She fell down. At the moment that she fell down, and she got hurt, and my dad was there, my uncle was there, and stuff like that, trying to help her out. When she got up, and she, got hurt really bad, 2 men appeared out of nowhere and came and helped her and told her to her face, "Are you okay? Don't worry. You're going to be okay." And these men were dressed in medical attire. All right? Just to tell my mom that her condition where her injury is not life-threatening. You're hurt, but you're going to be okay. Right? My mom saw this. Nobody else saw this. But why did they appear in a medical attire? Because at that moment, my mom was in need of someone to tell her that, because she fell down, she was hurt, she was bleeding, and these 2 individuals came in and helped her. Nobody else saw this.
But there was people around her, huh?
Yes, yeah. My uncle and my...
So it goes back to your story.
I'll go back. But my mom said they were still dressed in normal attire, but it was medical attire. But why? Why medical?
Because that's what she wanted.
That's what she wanted.
So similar to that story, my grandma, when she was alive, I don't remember when it was. It was like a year or 2 before she had passed, but she was already not walking. We had to put her in the car, and she wasn't walking. And there was one night, she lived on a small island, Kauai, at that point. And at one night, we were all there just having a good time, with our grandma. And we started playing music. Someone started playing. We have an uncle that plays guitar.
Sure.
Our family over there is musically inclined stuff too. And so we were playing music, and my grandma, out of nowhere, she hasn't walked in a couple years now, just gets up and starts dancing. Weird, super weird.
Yeah.
And so she says, "I want to dance with my grandkids." So we all got up and, we're dancing with her, and she's holding on to our hand.
Yeah.
She's moving her feet.
Yeah.
She's doing high knees. You know what I'm talking about? She's
nice.
jumping jacks right there. And she's dancing, and it was a great night, really weird night for us as grandkids seeing it. And I remember the next day was Sunday, and at church she gave a little testimony, and she had said that she said something along the lines, I know I'm not word for word it, but I remember her saying that she had seen Jesus and angels dancing with her, and that's why she wanted her grandkids to dance with her too, is because she could see things that nobody else could see there, and she saw Jesus dancing with her, and through she said it was almost like she could see through the grandkids and see angels, and
she saw another dimension.
Exactly, and that's why she was so excited that night, and that's why she was just super surreal moment for.
And here's my, and going back to my experience is that nobody else saw this.
Yeah,
I was talking, conversing, nobody else saw this.
Yeah,
it's strange because everything outside was in a whole different realm. It's just very slow.
Yeah,
well, in where I was at, where he was at, it was just normal.
Which I'm sure was the same way for her.
Yeah, exactly.
We're just, we're thinking, okay, grandma wants to dance with us. We're going to dance with her because she's obviously, she hasn't done this in a long time.
And you're right.
And then
she was experiencing, she was in her physical world dancing with her kids, but she also was seeing in the spiritual world.
Which was a trip to hear the next day that's what she was seeing. You know what I mean?
And it's biblical because we know that there's a biblical passage about that young boy and the prophet. Right, and then we had, I forgot, it was in the Old Testament, his Old Testament story. I think it was Elijah or Elisha, and the boy, and there was it was an army that was about to attack the camp, but the prophet was in his house. He was calm. Mm-hmm. The servant boy was afraid. Yeah. He was afraid, and he asked the prophet, "What's going on? How come? Why aren't you afraid? Why aren't you worried and stressed out? Can't you see that the army is right there? They're about to attack." And the prophet says, and asks God, "Lord, can you open the eyes of my servant boy, to have him see what I see?" Yeah. So God does that. He opens the eyes of the servant boy, and he sees the army of the Lord behind the physical army that was there, right? So God opens the eyes. So from our physical reality, He opens our eyes, our mind to see the spiritual.
Yeah, that's still that's weird because that's also in 2 Kings.
2 Kings has a lot of those
spiritual
interactions. And then I want to bring up Paul when he was in his jail cell, and he was praising the Lord and worshiping and all that, and then all of a sudden an angel takes him out, and Paul says it didn't feel like real. He thought he was dreaming, but when he woke up, he was out of his prison cell. Yeah, it felt weird to him. I felt like he was dreaming, but it was real because at the end, yeah.
So it might be somewhat to the same effect like what I experienced. Where Paul's saying like it was almost like a dream. So, but he was not dreaming. But it was almost like a dream. Like in my case, it wasn't a dream, but it felt like I was in a different. Something was weird about it. It was kind of feels like a dream, but I'm awake. It's daytime. I'm working. Yeah. But where what I was seeing outside, it was very strange. It was like almost like a dream state.
It sounds like a dream.
Yeah, it sounds like a dream. It looked like a dream state, but I wasn't dreaming because I was actually working. I was actually, conversing and working. I was at work. Yeah. It was, I was awake. Well, and there's a lot of people that that have like that sleep paralysis. You've heard that? Yeah. Sleep paralysis and stuff like that.
A lot.
And it has nothing. A lot of people have sleep paralysis, or they see things, and it's not any Christian base. It's not even like they're not Christians and they're atheists, whatever they are, but they experience something strange.
Demonic presence.
Demonic presence is something where it's like sleep paralysis. They're awake, they're not awake, and they're being tormented, haunted, or they're abducted, and they wake up in a certain room, but it's real for them, and they're in like a whole different dimension. But we go about it in more of a biblical, in a conversation where we get biblical passages. But there's people that have that don't open up the Bible. They don't know about, hey, there's a lot of stuff that's even biblical that this happens also. Yeah. So this the sleep paralysis, those abductions and stuff and spirits and being tormented,
It's biblical.
it's biblical, and it's an event, it's a phenomena that happens in our reality.
The spiritual realm is very real. Spiritual warfare, and it's going on right now.
It's right here in verse 6, chapter 12. It says, this is where it's titled Peter is rescued. So chapter 6 says, now when Herod was about to bring him out, on that very night, Peter was sleeping between two soldiers, bound with two chains, and sentries before the door were guarding the prison. And behold, the angel of the Lord stood next to him, and the light shone in the cell. He struck Peter on the side and woke him, saying, "Get up quickly," and the chains fell off his hands. And then the angel said to him, "Dress yourself and put on your sandals." And he did so. And he said to him, "Wrap your cloak around you and follow me." And he went out and followed him. He did not know what was being done by the angel was real, but thought he was seeing a vision.
See?
When they had passed the first and the second guard, they came to the iron gate leading them into the city. It opened for them of its own accord, and they went out and went along one street. Immediately the angel left him.
Immediately. Just like yours. He left right away.
Yeah. Peter came to himself. He said, "Now I am sure that the Lord was sent his angel and rescued me from the hand of Herod, from all the Jewish people were expecting."
So go back up, Eric, a little bit. Go back to where Peter says something. He says, Peter says he struck Peter. Okay, wrap your cloak. Okay, and said thought he was seeing a vision. See, it says here, and he went out. He went out and followed him. He did not know that what was being done by the angel was real. So he didn't know it was actually real. Yeah. But it was. Okay. So that's what I mean is that it's like you're in a whole different you're like in a reality, but it's like you're moving. Here's my thing. Here's my vision. Here's my visual part of it. It's like you're in our physical reality, like just normal, right? And the angelic being comes in, and he kind of, I'm thinking, he puts a bubble or like a bubble around both of you, and you're going through the physical, going through in a spiritual way, kind of like in between two worlds, right? Yeah. That's what's happening. So you don't know, because he says, I don't know if it was a vision, or if it was real or not. Well, yeah, but you don't know because he's experienced something. He's experienced something that it's not natural. It's something totally different. So he's trying to explain that, I don't know, it was real, but it felt like it was a vision, but it was a vision, but I wasn't sure if I was dreaming. But at the same time, I was in the cell with chains, and now I'm outside of the city, right? It was that whole travel from the cell outside the city is like him being protected, going through space and time in the physical world bubble.
Here's another thing too.
It's strange.
There was guards or centurions next to him, and they couldn't see what was happening, right? Eric didn't say that, or there was people next to him, and I bet they were confused.
Yeah.
Where did Paul go right now? And the angel could have not allowed those guards to see what happened.
It's kind of strange because going back to the very first thing we were talking about the angel of the Lord, basically they went to battle, or I'm not sure if it took long, but 185,000 soldiers died. Mm-hmm. So it's like, how did the angel of the Lord fight? Did he fight? Did he just say something, or just put every soldier dead, instantly dead, or appear and say something and they all fell backward and just passed away and died? We don't know. Mm. But what we do know, it was the angel of the Lord. It was a pre-incarnate Christ, as the way of saying it. Yeah.
Would the angel of the Lord really go down and murder all 185,000 of those people?
He did.
By hand?
By hand?
Yes, he killed them, but would he by hand just...
but just the wave of his hand, just like a wave, people dying.
Like, I'm talking like with the sword, would he just go boom, boom, like one by one, stabbing, killing everybody? It just doesn't sound... He could have.
He could have.
Don't get me wrong, but it just doesn't sound...
Yeah, well,
very Jesus-like.
It doesn't sound like the God I serve, but I can't really say that either, because who am I
Yeah.
But
No,
it
no,
doesn't say that. It doesn't say that he does that. So
it didn't say that he did it. He did it that way.
I know, but I'm saying as in like a what ifs, because we were all giving our takes on like how he could have murdered all 180.
Oh, we don't know because it didn't say. We don't know how he fought against them. We don't know what was the soldiers' injuries. We don't know. There's no like, hey, one's losing, one has a limb off, and one has no legs, and one's just a stab to the heart. We have no idea. We just don't know. It was just 185,000. You got the angel of the Lord just decimating 185,000 Assyrians.
Yeah.
Overnight. How does that happen? I don't know. It just happened. It's the angel of the Lord. This might lead to another podcast that we might want to venture into.
Yeah, maybe another.
But but let's get into this. And this is probably one of the things that we want to kind of end off with. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Where do demons come from? What is the common knowledge right now as we in our time frame? What does society? What does the church, society, people of our time say where demons come from?
Hell.
And now we got to think is let's think back here is like, okay, so where do demons come from? Let's look at what does the Bible say, or what do the culture of the people in the times of the biblical days, what did they think?
Yeah,
where demons come from?
I think right now, if you were to ask an ordinary Christian, they would probably just say hell, or they would probably just.
They're just like, demons are fallen angels. They're angels. They're just fallen angels.
I don't think the ordinary Christian would know that.
Cause it'd be a good part if we could do like a survey.
Yeah.
It do a survey. Where do demons come from?
Or like a pool. Like
a poll. We could go into a lot more stuff about where demons come from and talk about Nephilim and stuff like that and stuff, and also what books and literature and movies, when we see that demons and all that stuff, where Hollywood says, right? Okay. So we could go into that and that'll be something.
Here's one thing, because we were talking about sleep paralysis. That's a lot of what Stranger Things is. Like that, just the whole show Stranger Things, because you can, like, when 11 is in that space where she goes into the like that black, you can see their eyes, the rapid eye movement, because that's REM sleep. REM sleep is when you have rapid eye movement and they're like the eyes are moving side to side.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, check this out. The upside down. How does in Stranger Things, the upside down? How does Hollywood portray the upside down? How does it look like? Is it very slow? No, very kind of the upside down.
It's a dark. It's a dark like a flip of our reality.
Okay,
that's what it is. That's upside down.
Yeah, but when I saw Stranger Things, it's a lot of it, like when they show the monsters in the backgrounds and that. So a lot of it's like kind of gloomy, kind of hazy, and kind of slow sometimes, because it's not like our reality. It's a whole different, but it is, but it's different in a way. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking that Hollywood really has grasped a lot of the ideas of the angelic encounters or abductions of people. They're people that have witnessed these things, and they grabbed a lot of that information of what their testimonies of what they saw, what they experienced, and put it in Hollywood. So when we see Stranger Things, we see the upside down world, something was gloomy and dark and just kind of strange. Sometimes it's a little slow and in the backgrounds, because this is what I experienced. But even though mine was just, was outside, but my experience is like, I could still see outside, but it's very slow. Where I was at was a very normal.
Yeah.
So in Stranger Things, it's the upside down world. Basically, it's more of that sleep paralysis, because that's what she does, right? She goes into some type of sleep mode, and they go into the upside down, but it's like more of a spiritual world.
Didn't Michael Heiser do a book on
Stranger Things
and how it connects to the Bible and stuff?
I have it. I have that book.
Oh, you can use that.
Stranger Things, the upside down world.
I think Hollywood in general and movies in general connect to the spiritual realm and demonic stuff.
Sure.
They do that all the time.
Yeah.
And they do it in front of us, right in front of our faces, and sometimes the ordinary people don't even realize it.
And we could go into the next episode, talk about sleep paralysis and demons and where they come from and stuff like that. Because I've had some episodes and that's
I have
too.
too.
We could go into and I've had some encounters myself into that reality.
Yeah.
So yeah, kind of strange.
So we just recently watched the new Planet of the Apes movie and it was really good.
Yeah.
I just want to kind of touch on it because there's a lot of interesting.
It is a really good movie. I haven't seen them all. But okay, so the new ones. First of all, I tried watching the old ones when I was in middle school. Couldn't get through it,
right?
Because I'm a middle schooler. I could probably watch them now.
Maybe.
Maybe, but I have a short attention span. But the new ones I really liked. I watched the first 2. I didn't watch. How many are there? 4?
4 now.
Just 4.
Okay, see, I watched the first 2. I didn't see the third one, but I saw the 4th one with you guys. It was really good. I liked it.
All right. Out of 5 stars, what do you rate?
Let's do 10 stars.
10
stars.
10 stars?
Yeah,
We have to do 10 stars.
10 out of 10.
I'm not giving it
It's
10 stars,
okay.
but we go out of 10.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it.
It's
Go.
a bigger range.
Let's go around the house.
Go, Evan.
Go ahead.
I give very honest answers all the time when it comes to movies.
Perfect. Go.
This last movie was my least favorite of the 4 new ones.
Really?
Really, I gave it like a 6-8.
6.8?
And that's not bad. In my with my takes, it's not bad. That was a decent. I wouldn't pay to watch again, but I'd watch again a couple months later, a year, 2 years later
When it comes out on streaming?
Yeah, I'd watch it again, but like it's not something I'd pay for again. You know?
Okay.
Yeah. I would give it like a 5.8.
5.8.
Yeah. But the thing
It's
is
like a mid?
yeah.
Really?
The thing is I would watch it again. It was a good movie.
It was
All right.
enjoyable.
But my rating is different too. It's like,
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
a 5.8.
5.8. Okay.
There's no such thing as a 10 out of 10 for me.
Revenge of the Sith.
Okay, wait.
Close.
Yeah, no. Okay, so here's me. Okay. I've watched all the old movies and all the new movies. Planet of the Apes. Okay, this latest one, I liked it. I really liked it. Out of the new movies, I'm gonna give it 2. I'm gonna give it. It is out of the new movies. That's the best one.
Whoa.
Okay,
Whoa.
and
Wow.
I don't give 10s. I don't believe in 10s. I don't give 10s.
That's not the
Yeah,
Christ.
it's
Okay,
impossible.
no,
yeah.
I don't give 10s because I don't believe there's anything get
Exactly.
close to it.
Yeah.
You could get close to it.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as a perfect.
I will give this. I'm gonna give this right close to an 8.
That's good.
That's a great movie.
A close to an 8, not an 8.
7-9.
7.8. I'll go with you guys.
7.8.
You did 6.8.
5.8.
You did 5.8. I'll give it a 7.8, and that's pretty good,
3.8.
darn good. Yeah. 3.8.
Okay.
3.8.
You got 4.8. What?
Okay, no.
Go.
Being real here. 7.3. It's a good movie. Like Evan, I wouldn't watch it again until maybe about 6 months, a year later. If it's on in the background, kind of pay attention in some moments.
right.
It's not rewatchable to pay money for.
Okay. Sorry. See, so now I'm starting to see ratings are different here. Because a 5.8 for me is I'll watch it and I'm fully focused on it.
My ratings are
Okay, that's
Really?
fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I'll rewatch it and fully focus on it.
anything above an 8.
That's a 5.8
Anything above
for me.
8 for me is rewatchable anytime. If it's in the
Damn.
7s, it's rewatchable
Yeah.
sometimes.
All right. Okay.
An 8 or a 9 for me is I can watch it any time of any day.
Wow.
And I'll be fully zoned
Engaged.
in.
You're engaged in it.
Fully,
You with
fully.
popcorn and pop and pizza.
Yeah.
Let's do this and call your friends. That's
Yeah.
what that is, right?
A s-
Right.
a
PJs and stuff, let's do it.
A 5 to 6 range is like I enjoyed this movie. I'll watch it again.
Yeah.
It's average. It's an average movie.
5 to 6. Hey, look, it's on. Okay, go ahead and leave it
watch
there.
it. Yeah.
leave it there.
Yeah,
I'll watch it. I'll have a
Well,
That's exactly what it
Let's
is.
get Eric's rating.
Eric, what do you got?
So I would probably give it around. I think a 6.2.
That's valid.
Because I guess we can go into the ratings of the other movies later on. I did like the first 3 of the new ones better than this one.
So did I.
Okay, yeah, I did like the first one with James Franco.
First
I
one was
really
great.
liked that one. I rewatched that movie a
me
couple
too.
times. I really liked it.
And can we talk about that movie? And just the
first one?
First movie about Caesar and everything.
What was it called? Was it
Rise.
Rise of the
Yeah.
Rise of the Planet of the
Because
Apes?
what I want to point out, and this kind of relates to the Bible in some sort of way, but also just the fact in Hollywood movies, there's aspects of the Bible. For instance, Caesar he's called the lawgiver, and in the Bible, so is Moses. And I think that's why a lot of people like these types of movies, Hollywood movies, because
I can see that.
It's like a hero story. What does Caesar do? He revolts against slavery, and he brings his people, the apes, out of slavery into.
Well, it's not really slavery.
He takes the apes from being in cages.
In
cages. He takes them out and he takes them to a different land.
Yeah,
just like he's like a Moses type.
Promise.
It wasn't slavery.
Like
it was.
I want to point that out too, because it's also in other Hollywood movies too. Just there's, I don't know, themes. The themes of the Bible in a lot of movies.
If you think
that's why people like them so much.
If you think like that, then every movie has
some type of a tone.
You know,
has a tone.
But if you think about it,
you're right. But some movies are more.
Has an undercurrent of some biblical kind of thinking rule, right? A lot of Hollywood movies.
But 8 out of 10 movies, 8 out of 10 movies have the same theme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the kind of bad guys losing until the end.
Yeah,
and then he wins.
What about this? Do 8 out of 10 movies have Anakin, born of a virgin, and the chosen one?
But okay, that's where you get that's where you get to mix it up. But the plot is almost always the same.
Yeah,
where the hero wins in the end.
Well, yeah.
But going here talking about the Planet of the Apes is that I kind of see that you got war, and then he goes, then you got the apes going to their own land, and now you got Caesar, and you mentioned before is like ape should not kill ape.
Yeah,
that's the law.
Their motto.
That's their law. So it's like Moses bringing down the 10 Commandments and stuff, like that kind of.
You shall not murder.
Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not murder. It does have a kind of a little has tones that it kind of in a subconscious way. It kind of it gets you. It gets you.
If you really wanted to, you could relate it.
But what else do you guys, Evan? What else did you like about Planet of the Apes? This new one.
This new one. I mean,
strange.
I can't really tell you much about like what I liked about it, because there wasn't much. I can't lie to you. I enjoyed the movie, but a lot of the things with the tribe or of the apes, whatever they were.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't seen it.
The Eagle Tribes, it's fine.
Whatever.
It's been out for almost a month.
But like, it didn't really like grab my attention. Like, I didn't care for what the apes were doing. I don't like this movie. I was rooting for the humans. I don't know why, but in all the other Planet of the Apes movies, I'm like, dang, I really love Caesar. This is like very interesting.
Maybe
this one is just like
that.
This one.
I thought maybe it was intentional from the director.
Yeah,
where you're rooting for May, right? May is May? Is it May?
Because and it's also because the whole premise of this movie pretty much was the camp that the apes were taken to. I forget his name, but the leader, their king, Proximus Caesar. He was trying to take knowledge of what the humans had. And then there was one human there that was trying to protect it and not let them get it.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like I didn't feel or have any interest in what the apes were doing. So it was like, why would I want them to have this human technology? And I don't know.
That's nice. I like that. I like that kind of.
I get what he's saying because this new one, I wasn't excited to see it at all. I actually didn't even want to go until the last second when Eric said, "Just come." And I said, all right, I guess I'll go. And I only went because Eric told me, just come. It's a movie. And I said, okay. But I didn't want to watch it because I really liked Caesar, and I knew that Caesar wasn't going to be in this movie.
Yeah.
Did he? I don't know. I didn't watch the third one.
His funeral in the beginning.
Did he die?
The third one is really good.
He died in the third one?
Yes, yeah.
So I didn't. He was my favorite part. It's kind of like, I don't branch off, but it's kind of like Marvel. Iron Man's dead. Captain America's gone.
Now
I don't
what?
care.
You don't care.
I don't care about any. I care about some characters, but I don't care about the franchise anymore.
And they're just ruining it now too.
Yeah,
so
I
it's
don't
like,
care about what
same
they
thing
do
with
anymore.
Star Wars. Luke's
Same
dead.
thing.
Anakin's dead.
Yeah,
Han
Anakin's
Solo's
gone.
dead. Leia's dead.
The only reason I wanted to watch some of those shows is because Anakin's in it, like Obi-Wan or Ahsoka.
And the thing is, they can move on and they can make new characters, but they're bad at making new characters and making me like.
Yeah. See, like Evan was saying, I wasn't drawn to the ape because he wasn't Caesar. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he wasn't what I wanted to see on screen.
You know who I was drawn to? I was drawn to the orangutan. Was it the orangutan?
I forgot his name. Orangutan.
Orangutan.
It wasn't Maurice. That was the original one.
No, but
it was.
But you know why? I could relate to you because you know why I like that character. He was like the Caesar.
Yeah,
he kind of
followed Caesar's law.
He's following Caesar's ways.
Yeah,
I understand. That was cool. But I think he's gonna teach it.
And you know what that falls back on?
Well, he died.
The writers writing bad characters.
Well,
spoiler.
Well, I don't know. We never know.
That falls back on the writers making bad characters.
Yeah.
Well, I don't.
They weren't bad characters necessarily, but their stories and just it just didn't grab my attention specifically. I mean, I don't know about anybody else. I've heard the same thing from John and Aiden, but it's like it just I can't say it's like, oh, he wasn't Caesar, so that's why I wasn't interested. Mm-hmm. There is some of that in there.
Yeah.
Because of course Caesar's like the main character in the last 3 movies. Yeah. But it's just like it's just like the same thing with Rey in when the new sequel movies. Like
let's not go there.
Well, I'm just saying like her character writing was terrible. Great actor, but it's just unfortunate that she had a terrible writing for her character.
I'll give the new Planet of the Apes this, is that they didn't, probably because it's almost impossible to go that route with apes, but there was no wokeness of like you know what I mean? They didn't push an agenda.
No, it was.
There was no, that's what I'll give it that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like Star Wars or Marvel where they have to push, I won't get into it, but push certain things out there that I don't want to see.
You're right. Yeah. Here's why I think you're right, because the other character, May. Yeah. Right? She's a girl. Mm-hmm. She talks. Yeah. She didn't take over. No. She didn't take over. She didn't take over like the whole movie. So like, she was like the main person. She was she was stronger than everybody knows. It was nothing like that. So it wasn't like a character, if you're going back to the Star Wars with what's her name? Mm-hmm. With Rey, having powers already, they're training and whatever. She made her to be some type of more than Anakin Skywalker. All the she had all of the Jedis in her. Oh, come on. Yeah. So going back to Planet of the Apes with May, they didn't like explode it. They did it perfectly. I think she was the highlight of the movie.
Yeah, she was very fun to watch.
Not only do I love the actor because she's I forget her name. She's Cirilla in The Witcher, but she just played her part well. Her writing was really good. And it was just she was the highlight of the movie.
Yeah, you're right, because they did it good because when she would fight, she was about to kill what's his name?
I forget his name too. The Eagle Tribe guy, the main guy.
Oh gosh, Eric, please look him up. My gosh, I forgot his name. What?
Noah.
No, at the last scene, she had a gun. She was about to kill him.
She had it behind her back.
See, that's the thing. It's not like, oh, they're friends and stuff, and then they're like, some mutual respect. No, she was about to kill him because she's trying to protect her kind, the humans.
Do you think that she was about to kill him, or she had that as protection in case?
I think she was about to kill
him. Because she didn't really seem like she was going there to kill him. It kind of just seemed like she was saying her goodbyes.
Goodbyes?
And if things went sideways, I got this scrap on me.
Yeah.
It could have been, but it didn't feel like that.
Yeah.
Because,
But it didn't feel like she was going to kill him.
No, to me either. But if Noah would have responded back in being like an aggressor, or something, you know what? You're going to kill us and whoever's not. I gotta kill you.
Yeah.
I gotta end it here with you. Leave us alone and we'll leave you alone. But if you're gonna do something towards us, I will stop you.
Yeah.
Like that. If I have to kill you, I will kill you.
I'll give you this too about Noah. Sorry, I got close to the mic. But Noah towards the end of the movie was, I can't say exactly, but he was a lot more like Caesar towards the end of the movie.
I think that's what they. That's what they were going for. Right? That's what they were going for. Like you can like him like you like Caesar.
Yeah, I mean
qualities.
Yeah, qualities. Yeah. I mean, he's not Caesar. Yeah, no one is. Come on,
Caesar.
Okay, so why was he called Noah?
Because
and what did Noah do? And what did this Noah do?
Why was he called Noah? What was he doing?
Hold on.
Wow.
Why was he called Noah? Why Noah? See, we got Caesar, Noah. Why Noah? What did Noah do?
What did Noah do? The ark. He started a new. I guess
a new way of thinking, and he repopulated the earth,
and that's what Noah's gonna do.
So Noah is gonna start. What's he gonna do? He's gonna reteach
and rebuild.
Reteach.
Yep.
what the lawgiver
law.
Caesar taught 300 years ago.
But he didn't even know who Caesar was.
He's going to learn because we know what happened to what's his name. What's his name, Eric?
He's alive though. He's alive.
I know. What's his name?
He's
Proximus Caesar.
No. The other
the orangutan.
The orangutan.
Oh, the orangutan.
What's
They
his
hinted
name?
at the end that he was alive, right? They hit his
Forgot his name.
His noise, the noise at the
Yeah,
orangutan
they
made,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
at the end.
His
So
noise.
they hinted at him being alive.
I like
He's
him.
coming back.
I like him.
I liked
dude.
him a lot.
I like him a lot.
Him and May carried, and for the short amount of time that he was in the movie, he carried.
Cornelius.
What's the name?
No, it wasn't Cornelius.
Wait, what?
Raka.
Raka.
Raka. That's Raka.
Yeah.
I liked him.
That's a good point. That Noah.
Raka. So I think
add that in there, man.
I think Noah, he's like a Noah type of the biblical character Noah, where he's going. Noah basically it's just him and his 4 kids and his wife and his children's wives and in the flood, and he's going to repopulate the earth with a new beginning with new teachings.
Here we
So
go.
I think Noah from the Planet of the Apes
we go.
is something like
I
that.
just had a light bulb in my brain.
An epiphany.
Hold on.
An epiphany.
Remember the scene where all the human stuff was flooding?
Yeah.
I was gonna
The
say
water,
I was
the
gonna
water
say-
in the flood.
I was gonna say if you want to get real crazy, there was a flood.
There was a flood. If you
If you wanna get
there
real
was a flood.
crazy.
I love that. I love
It
that.
erased all of the old bad stuff of the humans,
All the technology.
all the technology. So
Erased
now we
it.
can start new with the apes. Wow.
Yeah,
Crazy.
But
if
what
what
you want
happened
to
to
get
May?
even
in
more
front of us.
crazy,
What happened to
if
May?
you want to get
Where
even
did-
more
go,
crazy,
go.
What's that?
there was still some evil. After Noah, there was still evil in the world. After this Noah, the girl still had that gun on her.
Whoa.
They still had evil in the world, but they just were cautious to use it.
Yeah, and then May goes
used
out.
it more
and
sneakily.
what? And what happens with May? She goes out and what?
She goes back
She
to
had
her
a
people.
scrap on her.
She goes out to the other people.
But can we talk about how
There's
she
always
didn't?
there's still
What-
that
what's that?
conflict.
Can we talk about how May didn't go inside? Like when May brought them that chip, whatever she got inside the headquarters or whatever in that
Yeah.
bunker.
The base.
When she brought them the chip, she didn't go inside, and the person came out of the base in a hazmat suit.
Yeah,
So I mean, I think it could go back to the old movies how the main character, forget his name, but he was immune to the virus.
dang.
The old
And-
character.
Spoilers.
Yeah, the old.
See,
But he's immune to the virus, and May, we can
was
say
immune,
for a
that's why
fact she's
Taylor,
immune to the virus.
Taylor from the old movie.
Yeah, but we can say that May is immune to the virus also, and the reason why she has the virus, but she's immune to it, so they can't.
No way. What you're saying,
Spoilers.
you're putting May like from the old Planet of the Apes. She's like a Taylor.
Like a Taylor.
Because she could talk, she has no disease, nothing. But when Taylor goes in the 1, 2, 3 on the third movie, on the second movie, darn it, the second movie, it's not Escape,
Whatever.
not Escape. Anyways, the second movie, all right, when those the people that were on the inside the earth, they were diseased, they were all transformed, their faces. So
That was Escape.
is that Escape?
That was 3.
No, that's not 3.
Humans.
No,
Okay,
2.
but just get
Anyways,
into
anyways.
Well, anyways, it's 3. Okay, whatever. No, it was 2. It was 2, Eric. It was 2. Anyways, so in part 2, where he goes and he sees those people that are diseased, they're like mutated. Taylor's not mutated, but he sees the mutation of humans. Same way with May. May is fine, but when she gets to the end of the movie, right, the end scene, the people that are in that bunker, they come out in hazmat suits. They can't be contaminated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So same way with Taylor from the old movies, but he goes and sees these people that are mutated.
It's a guy in the movies.
yeah.
In the
Yeah,
old ones?
Taylor.
It's a guy?
Taylor.
Yeah. Charlton Heston. Yeah. So I can see that part.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yep.
Charlton Heston played Moses.
Yeah, there you go. Charlton Heston played Moses in the 10 Commandments.
Great,
you know?
great movie.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right in front of our faces. Anyways.
Right under our noses.
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the
What's
Apes.
next? Star Wars.
Yeah, there you go. Planet of the Apes. Yeah. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the
It was good.
It was alright.
Yeah.
It was good.
I'll watch it again.
I won't.
When it
so
comes
what
out.
okay, so
You
what
want
you,
it?
A couple years later, if I
Yeah.
rewatch the whole series with my kids, yeah, but that's like
no.
10 years
So
later.
what do you think's gonna happen? What do you see for the next
That's a 6'8" to you?
the next
A 6'8"
movie?
is you won't watch it until your kids?
That you know what?
Wow,
I think
you
I
rated
rated
it
it
way
way
too
too
high.
high. You know what? And you're right. And I'm gonna I'm gonna redo my rate, and I'm gonna go ahead and give
That's
it
like a 2.
whoa.
That's like a
Because like you said, like anything in 6 or 7 is like I can rewatch. I have full focus.
5 or 6 to me. Yeah.
5 or 6 for me, that'd be like a 5. Or 6.
Okay.
But I'm gonna re-rate it and give it like a 5.4.
I think anything under
5.4.
anything under a 5, you won't watch again.
I don't think so.
Here's this. How will they reconnect? You know how the old Planet of the Apes were looped. It started number 1 and then it looped back to number 1. It all looped.
Mark Wahlberg.
How are they gonna connect this last movie? I think it's episode 9 back to the first Rise of the Planet of the Apes with Caesar. How is Caesar born? He's just born of a regular chimpanzee, but what happens? He gets the cure.
Serum.
So at the end of this last movie, they're gonna do where they connected number 1. Are they gonna have the cure to cure humans, but it gets set back to the past, and Caesar takes a cure, and that's how he's born. You see what I mean?
No,
Time travel?
I don't think it's gonna be because this whole new like Planet of the Apes stuff. It's supposed to be a whole reboot.
Yeah, but how are they gonna loop it back to Caesar? It has to loop back to Caesar.
It
doesn't have to.
And the only way they can do
I don't
that
know.
is
I don't know if
they're gonna.
I don't think it has to because I don't think they're gonna follow the same route the old movies did. I think
I
they're
don't
gonna
think
do a
it's
completely
gonna-
different
it's a
thing.
reboot.
They already are doing. A
I
completely different
honestly think because they're making 3 movies out this, right? You got Kingdom,
Of this,
you got 2
yeah.
more. I honestly think on the last one of this trilogy, they're going to introduce the astronauts of part 1.
Do you think May could have been an
Astronauts that
astronaut?
went into space.
No, I don't think so.
Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
She had a team of 6 people that were.
That's true.
They had to all have been immune to the virus.
Did that guy know May? The guy that was with Proximus
No,
Caesar?
no.
Did he know her? Because he was immune.
Yeah.
He
He was immune.
Fine. No, you didn't know her?
I don't
he
think
didn't
so.
know.
No.
Well, I know May killed him.
They would have had like
A conversation.
different
back and forth.
conversation if they knew each other.
Here's my thing. This is what was so strange. When May went to the bunker, how did she know exactly where to go? She opened up lockers. Like if she knew, if she had some type of emotional thing
might
with
have
that
had
locker,
might
was
have
that
had
her
that.
locker? Did she know exactly where that cartridge was at? That's one thing. She said that she had a map, or what's the name, had a map. But strange. I don't know. I think part 2 is going to spin a lot, but I honestly think in part 3 at the end, you're going to see the astronauts. I think part 3 is going to be like they're going to jump another 1,000 or 2,000 years.
200, 300 years.
We're going to see a total new civilization of apes.
Well, that's
just like the old movies.
that's
And more
if-
advanced.
That's if they even do that, because I want to see that astronaut thing was just another
Here's another.
nod.
Yes, Eric. Here's another thing. This is where you want to go wild on here.
Let's do it real quick.
I'm going to do it real quick
Don't have
here.
that much time.
Okay, and I completely forgot about this, but I want to talk about this about Planet of the Apes. The Planet of the Apes in the 1970s, because the original old movies they started in the 1960s and the 70s, right? It ended in the 70s. But after this, the movies ended. The old movies, they did an animation cartoon, Planet of the Apes. It didn't go for that long because it didn't do that great, right? But they had the astronauts come in and stuff in that. But when the astronauts, when they get there, it's a city, right? So have you guys seen the Planet of the Apes with Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, no.
I've seen the trailer.
Okay, that's actually, I kind of like it.
I know
kinda
what
like
happens.
But
I heard it
anyways,
sucks, but
okay.
yeah.
But anyways, when in that movie when Mark Wahlberg comes back to Earth, right, and he gets there and the he arrives in Washington D.C. He crash lands in Washington D.C. right, and he gets out and then he sees the police officers coming. And the police officers are apes driving cars. Washington D.C. Everything. The city is an ape city, but it's like our Washington D.C. Well, there's an old animated series, right, cartoon series, where these astronauts come back. Guess what? The city's not like with how the olds with Charlton Heston, like this cave stuff and huts and stuff. No, it's metropolitan. Yeah. It's city. You got subways, you got cars, you got helicopters. So this animated part, you got people like their senators and their representatives. You got courts, but they're apes. They're like human beings.
Universe.
Yes, exactly. So I'm thinking if they do a time jump,
that's a Mark
if
Wahlberg
2,000 years more, 1,000 years, and when these astronauts come back from the first movie, they're gonna come back into that reality. where it's a whole different city. These cities is just ape city, but it's the human type cities with cars, helicopters, or maybe more advanced.
That'd be interesting to see.
It's a whole different type.
If they were to do that, it'd be done for the third time, which is fine if they do it differently and better.
But it's different.
Yeah, but then again, you could also say that they might not go that route because it's been done before.
Well, it hasn't been done. Where? Mark Wahlberg?
Wahlberg.
Yeah, but that kind of flopped.
I don't think they would do
Mark
that,
flopped.
though. That's a lot of cleaning up. You saw.
Oh no, that one's way different because that's a whole. They came into a whole other dimension.
That's a lot of cleanup the apes got to do.
It was alternate.
You saw the cities.
was
They
the
were all
alternate reality.
filled up with vines, and they were climbing on skyscrapers with trees, trunks going through them.
I don't know. Well, Proximus, what did he want? Remember evolution? He wanted the human technology.
Yeah.
He wanted the human technology to advance them in all what humans had.
I mean, he kind of wanted it for himself. I don't think he wanted evolution.
Yeah. Overall, I like the movie. I don't know if I could place. I place it right now as probably the best one.
That's crazy to me.
I don't know. I liked it. I really love the ending.
I still want to see this.
I love the ending. I love the ending.
I want to see the third one because it has one of my favorite characters. Because that's the word Bad Ape is from.
I will
Bad
tell
Ape.
you, John, the third one is really good.
That's my favorite.
I want to see it.
War for the. It's actually
We should watch that this week.
For the.
And if you guys noticed on the third one where they I think I already told you guys, but where Caesar takes him, you can see Mount St. Helens in the background. It's Mount St. Helens. Anyways.
We should watch that this week, though.
We should too. I'd love to rewatch that movie.
I love Bad Ape.
I'd love to rewatch it.
I like Bad Ape. He is hilarious. All right, guys. So this is we went from what? We went from
Angels,
angel encounters, to Bible. We went to apes.
But we talked about how it related kind of to the Bible a little bit.
Awesome.
A little bit.
It's awesome. I love it, and that's what we're all about.
Yeah.
Okay. We like to just share it and just give our opinions. What is the biblical, the fringe, the movies, and we just put it in a whole big pot and start mixing it around. And that's what it is.
Talk a little nonsense.
Yeah. There you go. We'll see you guys next time on our next podcast. Stay true and God bless.
God bless. So we just recently finished the Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes movie. And I just wanted to kind of touch on Planet of the Apes. And I don't know what I just did there. So.
Shoot.
I almost ripped. He went around though like this. But he went around. He went full.
We just recently finished Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
And let me restart that because I just totally stuttered.
Yeah.
Not really.
I did.
You
You
did.
Okay.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Today we'll talk about Bigfoot and how big is Bigfoot. Welcome to FaithGate. So welcome to FaithGate. This is the YouTube channel where we talk about the biblical, the weird. We go into movies. We go into conspiracy theories.